Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Twin Flame Tuesday, which after just doing the Masculine Monday messages for Instagram, which you can go and comment the card of your choosing and receive a video message in your Instagram inbox there. Anyway, I was just pulling those. It's Monday morning here as I'm recording this for Twin Flame Tuesday. And of course, a couple cards jumped out and there it was, Yeah, I posted that video talking about what those messages are. And there was even an angel number that appeared with it as well at the end after I hit stop. So it's already been an interesting morning, and those cards were spot on, sister. They were spot on with I know where I am, and I just caught 111 on the ticker here. So we have 111 for angel number so far today. But yes, well, today we have the one that was with them. Right now they're just all over the place. They're just all over the place. All the signs and synchronicities, all the bit of alignment, especially once you are able to see through the facade, meaning see through the bullshit that your mind is telling you, that your beliefs that are keeping you stuck in your old way are telling you those beliefs, right? The things that are contradictory to that new version of self. That is living the life in that which you desire, in the vision that you desire to have, to be experiencing, to be living. If you were already that version of yourself that believed what you needed to believe and acted in the way that you needed to be acting to be living that life, does that make sense? You're not doing the same things now that you would be in that vision. So you've got to shift into that, right? If you were already that version of you, you would be in that vision of yourself. And that's where we are. That's where we are with the connection. That was what this message was this morning on this connection piece about we are being forced to change these things that we are still holding on to, and we have to, right? Otherwise, nothing changes. That's the point, Goddess. We either change or nothing changes. 111, that is exactly, it took me a momentito to get over here. Awareness of thoughts, right? That's exactly what we're talking about here, Goddess, is changing. You want to create different, you have to think different. If you're thinking that money is hard to come by, then that's exactly what you're experiencing. If you're thinking that your divine masculine is never coming back to you, that's what's happening. If you're thinking that he thinks you're ugly or whatever, that he doesn't want to be with you, that he will never want to be, whatever nonsense. Those are your thoughts that you're thinking about yourself. If you're judging yourself, you're criticizing yourself, you're judging him or men in general, other aspects of your manifestation, from money to the job that you want, to the car that you want, to the house that you want, all these things. If you hold any beliefs or any thoughts, any perpetuating thoughts, which is a belief where it's a thought you think over and over and over and over again until it sinks in. It kind of cements itself. It attaches itself. All right. So you are the one that's got to be shifting that. Twin flame awakening. And we know what happens when we go through any up level, any sort of awakening, and this is where we are. We are in an up level space. Shit starts to hit the fan, doesn't it? Oh, believe me, sister, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that in my own journey. And by the way, for those who may be new and following along here, My name is Rochelle Richard, and I am the founder, CEO, and self-love empowerment coach here at Empowerment Experiences, where I had started Empowerment Experiences only to afterward find myself on a healing twin flames journey as well, which is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids. And so welcome to the adventure. Giddy up. I digress. I'm definitely feeling a little sassy with everything going on right now in the connection and in the energies, right? This twin flame awakening, this ignition, is happening where, old things are being, burned away, being steered, being cut, being released. We have to let it go. Increasing powers of rapid manifestation. That's 111. This is the whole point of really being aware of your thoughts. And I have been watching this, goddess, as we continue with this, journey of ascension, this expansion where we are expanding more and more into the connection of our gifts within ourselves and the powers therein that is in each of us. You're going to experience greater sensitivities. And this has definitely been a topic among my soul family. We've been talking about this for a while now. You're being asked to align with your vision. This is the whole point of this rapid manifestation. You align with your vision, and that's the key of when all these things come up. So as I've mentioned, especially in this divine masculine message that came out of the shuffle, you'll again check. I will link that down below, so you can catch that as well. But it's the recognizing that when you create this vision, what's going to happen is you're so excited, you're fired up, kind of like how our twin flame journey went, right? You're so excited, you're so impassioned, you're so alive, invigorated, you have all this energy and excitement coursing through your veins, and you're going to do it, and it's going to happen, and there's nothing standing in your way. And I just looked down and it was 717 on here, and that is twice today so far. It's been 717, which is the twin flame union number, among other things. What happens on this manifesting journey is all the shit that is not aligned with that vision you just create. Give it a couple days. Here it comes, like a bulldozer, coming to bulldoze your dreams over. But you've got to be stronger than the bulldozer. You've got to be the one to say no and climb up on top of that puppy and say, no, I choose to rise and thrive. And you are not going to keep me in that box over there of a life that I'm not happy in. I said I was going for this dream. I'm going for this. No matter how crazy it sounds to anybody else, especially my own fears. I choose to live life to the fullest extent. And I'm going to trust that one way or another, that's going to lead me exactly where I need to be to reunite with my twin flame. Following the soul, because guess what, goddess? That's where we're connected. At the soul. And when you have a vision that excites you and petrifies you at the same time, that's your soul, because the fear is of the ego. But the adventure, that's the soul. And when you follow that, it will lead you exactly where you need to go. Back to yourself. No matter what your twin flame journey looks like right now, things can change in an instant. And it's time that you really, truly start living for you. And by that I mean to follow the call of your soul. No matter what it says, how crazy it sounds. Where there is a will, there is always a way. And you are always being supported, Goddess. And that's how we get through this landmine field. As we keep focused on where our soul is calling us to go. And we dance. We find our bliss in this moment. We embody the feelings as though what we desire already is. That union that you want so much with Him, what does it feel like, Goddess? Close your eyes and dance with Him. That's what we do. We feel it as if it's true right now, happening right now, flowing with the experience, flowing with the vision, flowing with the energy, that creation energy, because you have to think it before it becomes. You have to see it. In your mind, you have to believe it in your mind before you will see it in your physical. You have to see it in your mind. Feel that energy. Feel that joy. Feel that love. This is how we navigate the chaos of the landmines on our way to what we desire. We go with the flow. We recognize that all these potholes and landmines and things that are all of a sudden coming up, and we start to say to ourselves, wait a minute, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe it's not supposed to happen because this is going wrong and that's going wrong and this is falling apart and this is falling away and I don't know how it's going to look, but that's the point, Goddess, is how is not your fucking job. I needed that too. Because let me tell you, sister, I have been having landmines and potholes in my manifesting dreams vision. And so has my DM. I'm in semi-communication, you can say, which I really truly feel in my clarified moments I'm grateful for. It's when I'm in my purging through this moments that it's like, oh, I want to talk to you now, because he got his own going over there. I'm like, no, we don't need to mesh that. And that's the, oh dear. That was to record this, and oh my goodness. Okay, that was the alarm. I'm ahead of schedule. That was the alarm to record this message for us here, and that alarm is just now amplifying the fact that, you know, right now, while we're purging our own shit, when we are in those lower vibrations, the very last thing that is good for the connection is to be doing that together, is to be in that shit space together, right? Because we don't want to get into that and then perpetuate that cycle. This is why separation happens, is because we each have to break free of our own trap. The twin flame trap, so to speak, the twin flame trap that I call of self-sabotage, of even when you become aware that you're a twin flame and you stay obsessed with your counterpart, you don't actually focus on yourself and your vision and your creating and your healing and what you've got to be doing. Yeah, he's going to be on your mind. Yes, you're going to feel him. Yes, all those things. However, It's about you stepping more and more into your power of being anchored, that when you do feel him, that you are not knocked off your foundation. We've each got to be strong. All right? We've got to be strong, yet flexible. Wow. And bendable, like a willow tree. Flexible. Oh my goodness. There's just so much synchronicity happening between the messages right now. And like I said, the frustration, because frustration is definitely anger. The frustration that things, again, aren't working out for you, that things are falling apart, that you're being forced to choose. I mean, yes, you are. You can't have an old belief. Here's an example. You can't drive two cars at the exact same time. I mean, most simplistically. You can't watch two TVs at the same time, whatever it is. And you certainly can't have a belief that says, my twin flame is never coming back, while at the same time being with him. If you want to travel around the world, you can't take your house with you. Which do you want? Do you want your old or do you want your new? Your new life is going to cost your old one. And that is exactly what is in the collective right now, is this chaos, this releasing, and so we're feeling frustrated. That is this anger. And the key is to to put your tools into practice, to put them into practice, and to filter this anger out in a healthy way, to see it. What is it telling you? What is it teaching you? Trust. That is definitely. The universe is like, I'm gonna make it easy, girls. This is what that's teaching us. This. To trust the universe, to trust the journey, to trust the unfolding, to let go of what we've held on to that is keeping us attached to the ground, but yet we're being asked to fly. We're asking to fly. But we then cannot hold on to that which is keeping us tied to the ground. You've got to let go. Let go of the way the things were between the two of you back then. Let go of even the stories that you're telling now about the way it is now. You've really got to let go of those. That is, again, the whole thing about thoughts becoming things. You've got to start telling it how you want it to be, Goddess, and you've got to trust that what you're asking for is on its way, that it already is. What's happening in this chaos space is the crumbling of and the dismantling of that which is not in alignment. Trust that everything that is happening is for your highest good. Trust that everything that is happening that seems to be falling apart after you made this incredible vision and you were so ready to focus on yourself and do your thing and you're getting clear on what you want and you're going for it, and then bam, shit hits the fan. Because you're learning this. You're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to trust your journey. You're learning to trust that you got this. That you are strong enough for this shit. But yeah, that alarm amplifying the fact that you're being kept at a distance on purpose? Yeah. I can totally see why in mine. Yeah. Oh my. Do we have any? Whew. Oh, well, yes, we just had a triple jumper there. Let's just go ahead and toss these back in here. We have, oh, well, there you go. Right? That's what's happening exactly now. That's what has to happen, is the old beliefs, the old version of you is being integrated via the lessons that it has taught you, right? And then you're taking those lessons and you're putting them into practice so that you are implementing the change. You are then shifting and aligning with this vision by looking at the beliefs that you hold that contradict what you desire and then reframing them, so that you are aligned with the vision that you desire. So it's looking at the beliefs that you have that turn you away from what you desire and reframing them in a way that they turn you toward what you desire. That is what it is to really integrate that shadow aspect of yourself, to see these things, these aspects of yourself that are casting a shadow upon that which is your light, that which you desire, that which is the outlet through which you will express yourself or shine your light in this world, right? These are the lessons, okay? And Goddess, I am here for you. I do offer one-on-one sessions. 30 minutes is a great place to start. You have 30-minute or 75-minute session option with me. And that's at iamempowered.as.me. But again, this is what's happening right now. When you reach that point along your journey of making the choice to be intentional about making change in your life, the shit comes up, man. Shit hits the fan, and that's what that is. And then that's what prompts this frustration, this anger, this feeling as though the universe is actually against you, that it doesn't have your back, that things don't actually work out in your favor, you know, right? But that's the point, is all of that shit right there. That's what needs to be reframed. Saying, I'm just taking score too soon. I hear Abraham, I'm just taking score too soon. This is supposed to happen. So I'm gonna dance through this. I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna surrender to it. I'm gonna say, I trust, I surrender, I say yes, and know that this is supposed to happen. This is how it goes. And I am being asked to continue to climb up onto that mound of dirt that the bulldozer's trying to bulldoze into my dreams and say, no, you don't, buddy. Thanks, you're building my stair steps. That's what the bulldozer's doing. He built you a step. So climb up onto that and really be taking that power back toward your vision, because guess what? Yes, pain does end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. All right? You are doing it, Goddess. Look at how far you've come. Again, remind yourself that this is all part of the journey. And when you can pivot and shift into that belief, then guess what? You have taken back so much of your power from this polarity side of yourself to begin with. You've deflated it just exponentially so. Because you're like, oh, you again? Oh, okay, hey, what's up? What you want to talk about now? Because we're doing this, okay? I'm sure you figured that out by now. I am a twin flame goddess. I'm powerful AF. You have that power. And yes, the worst is behind you. You've just got to allow yourself to see that. So listen to your intuition. That again is what this is, to go with the flow. Listen to your intuition. Meditate. Be present. That That is definitely messages coming through right now, is to meditate, 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 to really be taking time to yourself, time with yourself. Because with all of this seeming chaos happening, you've got a lot to navigate, right? You've got, and that's why you coming back into your power, lean back into your power and just ride the ride. Just go with the flow. You are, oh boy, I've never been white water rafting. However, you know, I've watched a few shows, right? We've seen it on TV. And it just imagine that's kind of where you are. You put this thing into motion, Goddess, this vision. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to create this vision. I'm going after this. I'm aligning with this. I'm excited about this. This is what I desire. And then boom, all of a sudden you start down that hill. You're like, and that's exactly what this is. It's like a ride, right? You're like, yes, I picked that one. And you got on your little, again, I don't normally do it. Your raft. There we go. Thank you. You got on your raft and you're going down, and you pick up speed. The further you get down, and you have to just let go. You have to ride the ride. And all you're doing with this intuition, lean. Oh, sink down a little bit, duck. Raise up, look, but flow with it, right? You ride the ride. All you're doing, lean, yeah, seems pretty logical to me, that, right? Now, perhaps because I'm talking about something like that, there's going to be an opportunity in my experience to go rafting. I don't know about that. Okay, let's just moving on. Going with the flow of life. Now, obviously, where we went straight today is the divine masculine. Having a bit to say, it being Masculine Monday and all, this morning. Perhaps I am being called to start recording this on Monday mornings here forward. Who knows? For Twin Flame Tuesday. All I know is this is what I grabbed. So let's see what exactly we have to hear from. To have courage, that he is finding his courage as well, because he sees you, he feels you stepping into yours, finding your brave, and leaning in to your power and surrendering to this flow, because it takes far greater courage to let go and surrender than it does to try to control everything. And it takes far more energy to try to control something than it does to lean back and surrender into flow, to anchor into this courage and just trust the journey, right? Trust the journey. So he is doing this more, and this definitely has been a bit of what's been coming through for the divine masculine, is more and more courage is being cultivated in both of you, not just, oh my goodness. The trust card. Asking for you to trust him more, as he in turn is working on trusting himself more and trusting this journey and trusting this connection. He knows of it. And even though you may not have spoken on it in quite some time or ever, he knows. Trust this. Trust him, because that is what is going to allow him to trust more and gain greater clarity through his uncertainty, because he has had so much come to question for him that that would be the reason why this morning the message was chaos. Again, check out the video. I'll drop the link below for the extra masculine Monday message that came through yesterday. It would be technically this morning as I'm recording, but it will be yesterday for you on this video. So yeah, he is, trust that he is getting clearer. This chaotic space, getting clearer on understanding, just as you are, that this upheaval that's happening is part of the journey. It's part of this journey. All right, he is learning to trust and let go as well. It may be taking him a little bit longer than you. However, you as the leader, goddess, get it done. And I'm saying that obviously for me to hear as well. Yeah, that is amazing though. Trust. Yeah, and the uncertainty that just comes when we don't trust the journey, when we don't trust ourselves. And you better believe, goddess, that your divine masculine, he has been taught to not trust himself. The exact same that you've been taught to not trust your intuition. This is why you're being asked to really practice right now surrendering and just making minor shifts, lean. You're just going with the flow right now, as you're both going through another up level. Like I've said, that's what is happening here, and why it requires greater tapping into your intuition, because you're not taking a lot of action right now. You're bending with the flow. Things are coming at you and you're looking at them going, oh, okay, I see you. So you're in defense mode right now, so to speak, right? As the shadows are coming up. Your offense was creating your vision, and sports analogies are not normally my thing. However, I feel this is a very perfect way to describe this is, again, you were in offense, meaning you were being proactive. You were taking inspired action with your vision, getting aligned, taking those first steps, and then all of a sudden, bam, boom, here comes this wall of uncertainty. Same with him, the doubts, the questioning, can I do this? Am I good enough? I don't know how it's gonna work. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough money. I don't know if he really wants to be with me. All these questions, these things that come up that are tied to these beliefs that are the defense coming at you when you're playing offense. So now, then all of a sudden, you gotta shift to playing defense and look at each one of those things that are coming up and say, okay, what would make me to believe this? Start to empower yourself through this with clarity. Start to turn that chaos into calm. And I just caught 3333 also on there. Chaos to calm. I actually even have a creative clarity journaling course and a kit. There's even a creative kit that comes with it. And this course is jam-packed full of journal prompts and ways to organize your journal, so it's used as a reference tool rather than just a diary or even a junk journal, in the sense of it's just scribbles everywhere and doesn't make a lot of sense. And you're not able to actually reference back to the things that you want to reference back to. This course is created for all of those things, for you to get well practiced at fully expressing yourself in all ways, in the written word, vocally, through creative expression, and that self-reflection that is so necessary to journal your life from chaos to calm, to be getting clear on who you are, what you desire, what your twin flame union looks like, what's your who you truly are, who you are when you're in your vision, all this amazing things. And then sections on things to reference to raise your vibration. It's really, I had a moment there. I just had to share that I haven't shared in a while about that course and that kit. And it was my very first course that I created. I have since made some adjustments for it to have the twin flames sprinkling, especially in the soulmate / twin flame love section of it, that clarifying section. But that's where your power is right now, goddesses, and getting clear on who you are and anchoring into that, right? Because as all of this shit comes up, it's going, wait a minute, that's not really me. I don't really believe that, because I want that vision. That's really me. So what do I need to really believe that's going to align me with that vision? That's what's going to assist with the uncertainty that your counterpart is going through as well. Is the more clarified you get in your journey, in your mind, the more focused, the more clean your energy is, the more clearly he can see your light, the more clearly he can see your bat signal up there. This is why a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey, because it is at its very foundation about you coming back to you and reconnecting with your power, stepping into your truth, your mission, and rising and thriving into your soul purpose and passion. Because that's where it's at. That's what amplifies your light in this world, your signal to your counterpart. That's what inspires him to truly rise and thrive in his journey too. We've been knowing this all along, goddess, that the divine feminine is the leader in the twin flame connection. Because it is the rise of the feminine. And that's why it has to be the feminine rising. So the masculine can rise too. It's all about embodying a new way, a new earth. And that means to really know thyself. Your energy, your state of being, your point of attraction, and all of that is a result of what you're believing, what you're perceiving, and of course, what you're creating for yourself in your reality. Let us see if we have, let's see what any further angel number messages we have today. 919, that is the second time this number has appeared today, 919. It is one of the Masculine Monday messages that came through for the goddesses who commented on that post, as I've mentioned, which you can follow me at Instagram, on Instagram at Healing Twin Flames. I am also at Empowerment Experiences on there, though I post intermittently on that account. But 919 is about the essence of life and pursuing your passion. Just as I've said, it's about you coming to life, amplifying your own light. The ebb and flow of life's continuous cycles. Oh my goodness. Create a new routine for a newer, truer you. What is more aligned? What habits do you hold, goddess, that are actually out of alignment with this new version of you? Remember, if you were already the version of you in the vision that you desire, you would already be living that life, right? You'd already be living in that vision. So what habits do you have that are contradictory to what you would have in this vision over here? And that's what you're being really asked to look at. And therefore, that's why that's what's coming up, is all of these, this chaos, this shit hitting the fan, are the things that are contradictory to this vision over here. That's where the attention is. Okay? Past life healing, karmic cycles are ending. That is this shit. Holy moly, this 919. All right, I'm curious, what is 26? 26, we have peace and harmony, align with the prosperity and wealth on their way to you. Ooh, be present and aware of opportunities coming your way. Practice presence. That's celebrate the knowing that your material and earthly needs are always being met. And boom, spend present moment time embodying the state of being you desire to experience. Why? The very last one I read is definitely the most poignant to the message that we are getting today, of you recognizing that the shit hitting the fan right now is all part of the plan, all right? That it is actually intentional for you to, number one, see what needs to be shifted, transmuted, released, closed off, so that you are pivoting toward what you do desire, so you are aligned with receiving it. Number two, to be embodying this vision over here, to be stepping into this version of yourself that is living this life. Getting clear on who that is. That would be number three, getting clarity on who you are, where your power is, what these things are that are coming up that you need to reframe, to have there. Who are you? What is it you're creating, Goddess? That's what you're focusing on. Again, all this other shit that's coming up, it's just to help you grow stronger. That's all it is. It's strength training. Okay? It's looking at that shadow and saying, what are you teaching me? How are you helping me to grow stronger? That's the key. That said, dear Goddess, thank you so much for joining me on today's Twin Flame Tuesday, which I personally am definitely a fan of. It was really quite enjoyable, and definitely something that I needed to the reminder of, and especially coming from the Divine Masculine. He's doing it too. Just be focusing on you. I promise it makes this journey so much easier. And I do not use that word very often. I don't promise that, because it always depends on you and your commitment to it. But I assure you, you commit to it, it does get easier, as long as you are focusing on you and looking on where your power is and letting go of where it isn't. That said, dear sweet Goddess, go create amazing, because the power is in your hands. The power to shift all of this shit coming up, it is in your hands, because that power, it has always been inside you. Namaste.